A lack of transfers, points deductions, and sadly a retirement. Well, back to Fog football, and it is the Spfl transfer roundup for the 25th of January 2024, and Stephen Davis has called it quits. And with that, Rangers have lost a midfielder. Yeah, he hadn't played a game this season. Hell, he hadn't played a game in 2023 after suffering that big, bad knee injury that he got. And he was manager for 2 games this season, and that's the problem with it for me, right? Stephen Davis has left Rangers Football Club. Just, he's got the 10 trophies, legend, a great. And what Rangers send him out with is those 2 games in charge, where one of them was Aris Limassol, and it was an absolute disgrace, that performance in here. It doesn't actually taint his entire Rangers career, I'm not saying that, but it would have been nice for the guy to actually get a send-off that was positive, and we actually seen him on the pitch, but no, they've messed up, like we've seen last season. But McGregor, he got his testimonial in here. There's still plenty of time for them and all those good things, but you've seen against Hearts last season, we had Hollander, Morelos, Kent, McGregor. Who else was in there? I can't actually recall off the top of my head, but it's sad that your last memory of Stephen Davis is getting beat by Aris Limassol. Yeah, but someone did point out to me that we did actually beat St Mirren 3-0 after that, but I was just so pissed off with that Aris Limassol thing. It kind of clouded the judgment on that. But anyway, he has announced his retirement. He has had 10 major trophies with Rangers. He is the most capped player across Britain, which is a fantastic, record. 140 caps. That's the UK's men's international record. He scored 13 goals following his Northern Ireland debut in 2005. So he's been at a top level for a lot of years, and to actually see it, for a decade and a half, easy. Considering he made his debut in 2005, I know he has been injured, so about 18 years for Northern Ireland. Boyhood Rangers fan, of course, and it was sadly that ACL injury back in December 2022. But haven't touched on the 2 European finals, but yeah, what a run that is. In 2 different spells, they get to 2 European finals with Rangers. That's fantastic. It's just a shame that we couldn't win one of them for him. And obviously that most recent one, big Aaron Ramsey. What was he doing? But yeah, wish Stephen Davis all the best. I think he will probably go into management. I can definitely see him sticking around with Rangers. It was kind of sad seeing that video the day with Clement announcing it in the dressing room. But let's go to sad news for Edinburgh City, as they have been ducked, quack, quack, goose, because it's 6 points taken off them for failing to pay the players on time. The SPFL have confirmed this. Edinburgh City, the things are not looking good for them anyway, so 6 points being took off them is pretty poor. It's not like Everton, where they actually bounced back pretty well for their 10 points deduction, and they could be getting another few ones, but it leaves the league table as follows. They are 9 points behind Annan Athletic. They were sitting on 10 points, so they've lost obviously 6. They now sit on 4. And I think the way this is going for them, they could actually end up getting more points. So just to read into it, it says the Meadowbank side have faced a winding up order after failing to pay due taxes, the HM Revenue and Customs. So the good old tax man is laid down the gavel there. They've lost the 6 points. City Chairman John Dixon said the club had managed to reach agreement with HMRC and was confident they could fulfil the rest of the season's fixtures, which isn't too many, but they're down. Any hope they had of that, playoff spot, relegation playoff spot, is pretty much done now. They would need to go on such a run and hope Annan Athletic won a disaster class. But here, they win so many games without even getting a point on the board. Then they actually scraped a few results together. And then after that, it's been pretty much all else for them. As for the transfer news, because there's not much happening. Matt O'Reilly, that bid's rejected. We've already talked about that. A lot of people, Alan Brissell, Chris Sutton, Brendan Rodgers obviously coming out today and pretty much saying it's not going to happen. So yeah, will any more bids come in? Premier League are interested, of course, but I don't think any of that's going to happen. But Ross County have signed Ainya on loan for Huddersfield, who of course did spend last season on loan at Dundee United. Of course, I didn't exactly go to plan. He made 12 league appearances last season for Dundee United before they were relegated to the Championship. And another player by the name of Teddy Jenks, on loan from Forest Green Rovers. He did start his career at Brighton, but then he actually he had a season at Aberdeen. I knew I recognised that name. So yeah, he's moved to Dingwall. So that is pretty much all the signings that have went on today. It's just the typical stuff about O'Reilly. the Shankland hype has died. Shankland's no coming, man. People need to wake up and smell the. If Shankland was going to come, there'd be news already. Can't just sit here and hope and pray that there's something's going to come for the sky, because it's not. A lot of more talk about Abada, but again, Celtic have rejected all those loans. Again, they're not loaned to buy, so I just don't see how they're going to let Leal. If Celtic loan out Leal Abada, it's because of pressures from elsewhere. It's not because of his ability. Because why would they loan out, right, one of their best wingers without a loan to buy obligation in there? Like, look at their wingers. Like, you'd be keeping Mikey Johnson and Forrest in here. Nicholas Kuhn, right? We don't really know what he's capable of yet, to quote Scott Steiner, but at the end of the day, he's nowhere near. I don't think he'll be anywhere near the level of like Abada, to be honest, so have to wait and see. While big Sydney fan Hoojadoinks died, Pierre, he says Bologna will hold on to his son, and that move to Celtic won't happen. And then finally, let's wrap it up with Mohamed Diome. He did arrive in Glasgow on Wednesday. It is Thursday, right, son? When are you going to sign on the dotted line? 4.5 million for him, which looks like a good signing, but yeah. What happened to the striker, Rangers? What happened to the goal scorer? We need a goal scorer. Looks like it's not going to happen. But that is it for the 25th of January. Stephen Davis, a legend that is retired from the professional game. An icon. Damn it. Will FIFA whip out an end of an era icon? Who knows? They probably won't. I doubt he was even in the database for the game this year. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.